Hey folks, I'm Matt from Fidel Gastro's, and there's 3 things I love in this world. Technically 4 if you include my mom, but 3 things I love in this world. I love movies, I love food, I love games. Which means today is my Super Bowl because I've partnered with the upcoming film Game Night to bring you this sponsored video featuring fun recipes that you can make at your own game night. Remember that game Jenga where you take one from the bottom and you put it on top and then eventually it all tumbles over and all your friends are like, you blew it, and you're like, no, you did. You know those little party sandwiches? I'm gonna marry those 2 things. I know, it's crazy. I'm gonna stack those little party sandwiches up like a Jenga game, and there's gonna be 3 different kinds. We're gonna have bacon, jam, and brie. We're gonna have steak and cheese. We're gonna have tuna and avocado. You're gonna be the hero of this party. You're your best friend. Best friend. Let's game night. All right, so I'm gonna just get the bread for the Jenga pieces out of the way first. I'm gonna toast them in the oven with a little bit of mayo. At the same time, I'm gonna watch that Game Night trailer. So we're using mayo because it's got a little bit more fat than butter, which means it'll get nice and brown in the oven. It doesn't need to go in the oven very long. Literally as soon as it's brown, it's done. Play.
Tonight,
that's a nice house.
Game night up a notch.
Oh boy.
Someone in this room is
Great
going to be
epic
taken.
music for a
It's
game
gonna be
night.
up to you to find them.
It's a murder mystery party.
I love murder mystery parties.
Whoever finds the victim wins the grand prize.
Rachel McAdams is
Not
married
gonna
to
know
Jason
what's
Bateman in
real
this
and
movie.
what's fake. Wait a
Not
second,
saying I'm
you can't
jealous,
just come in
I'm
here
just
and
saying.
break the door like,
I think I would have made a better match. Oh god, you're taped up.
Guys, make sure
There's
you
a
get
gun.
a piece of this cheese. It's just...
First one that follows us gets shot.
Ah, they don't think it's real.
You drive safe.
They think that's part of the game. I don't even know. Maybe it is part of the game.
Good friends competing in games of chance and skill.
That's a cute dog. Where'd he go? That guy's in everything now.
Do we follow him?
It seems like him.
Ryan, you go first.
I'm scared.
Lou. Now it's a little bit of... Oh, she got shot in the head. Oh, she's alive. Is it jam? Is there jam on her head?
you people are in real danger.
Is this gun real?
Oh, no, Annie.
Ah, come on, Rachel. What are you doing? You shot Jason in the hand.
Blood!
Blood!
Game night!
Oh, spear. There's blood all over that dog. Saw that coming. The dog was way too white. Way too white.
Oh, it's so much worse.
This is quite the epic film.
Stop!
Wait, I have kids at home.
Not with an ass like that, you don't.
Her hair's so short in this.
Well, thank you.
Kind of like it. Oh my god! Now, as an escape room buff,
He died.
I'd play this mystery game.
This is instructions
murder.
on how to remove a bullet. Didn't have rubbing alcohol, so I got you this lovely shard.
Good idea. Way to pivot.
And then a squeaky toy.
For the pain.
Come on, Rachel, you can do better than Chardonnay. A little Pinot Gris, maybe some tequila. Why didn't they invite me to this game night? I could have made sandwiches. All right, bread's done. Going in the oven so I can get the next batch ready. All right, the Jenga bread is cooling over here. In the meantime, we're gonna make all 3 of our sandwiches. So the first is the bacon, jam, and brie sandwich. Truth be told, bacon jam is actually better made the day before because you need it to cool down a bit. So I'm gonna show you how to make the bacon jam first, and then I'm gonna do the tuna sandwich, and then the steak and cheese. All right, so when the pan's nice and warm, we're gonna add a little bit of oil, add our onions. You don't want to add the bacon to the pan until the onions have actually softened up. Once the onion enters soft stage, then you're going to add the bacon. Break it up. All right, so at this point we want the bacon to render out all the fat. It's going to take about 10 minutes. Make sure you're constantly stirring every once in a while. That way the bacon doesn't burn on one side and stay completely raw on the other. All right, so now that all the bacon and the onions are just chilling in bacon fat, we're gonna start to slowly add some soy sauce, not too much, so that way now the onions and the bacon can start to absorb that flavor. And now that there's a little more liquid in there, we're just gonna add the brown sugar. And this is actually what's gonna caramelize and help make our jam. So now that we've added the brown sugar and the soy sauce, we're gonna let this simmer on a medium heat for about half an hour to 45 minutes. Essentially what you wanna see is the bacon's gonna be a much darker color. There's gonna be very little liquid, and the onions are gonna be completely cooked in. All right, so our bacon jam is almost there. We've allowed it to cook for about 45 minutes. All that bacon and onion and soy sauce and brown sugar have been reducing. So now we're gonna add it to a blender and we're gonna give it a blitz. All right, so the bacon jam is still hot. Here's the consistency, just came out of the blender. We're gonna put it in the fridge overnight, and tomorrow it'll be jam. All right, sandwich number 2, steak and cheese. So we have a beautiful piece of top sirloin, just the cap. We're gonna season that off. We have some fresh mozzarella and some shaved onions. First step, get a nice grill pan nice and hot, and just grease it up a bit. Grease it up a bit. So while we wait for the pan to heat up, now we're gonna season our meat. A little bit more oil, generous bit of salt, and some black pepper. And then roll it on the plate so that all the sides get seasoning. The pan is nice and hot, the steak nicely seasoned. We're gonna get a beautiful crust on it, sear it off, throw it in the oven, let it cook for about 20 minutes. I lied, let it cook for about 15 minutes. That's more like it. So you need to hear that. Nothing sadder than meat hitting a lukewarm pan. All right, seared off on all 4 sides, into the oven she goes. While the meat is cooking in the oven, we're gonna lightly pickle our onions. I've shaved them super thin using a mandolin. I'm gonna add them to a bowl. A little bit of white vinegar. And a little more salt. This is meant to just be a quick pickle, in and out, so you don't have to have it in too long. 20 minutes is more than enough time. Steak is cooked. We're gonna let the meat rest for about 10 minutes and then we're gonna slice it super thin. All right, so the meat's been resting for a solid 10 minutes, nice and thin. All right, sandwich number 3, seared tuna with guacamole. First thing, we're gonna get our cast iron nice and hot. And just get a little bit of oil in that. We season the tuna with some salt. The trick is not to cook the tuna, we literally just want to mark it with some color. Piece number 1. Piece number 2. So while the tuna sears on one side, we're just going to salt the other half. Time to flip. We're searing off all the tuna. Once it's done, throw it in the fridge, let it cool. It's so much easier to slice that way. But make sure, cannot stress this enough, you're using sushi grade tuna or else this won't work. All right, so while the tuna cools, we're gonna make our guacamole. Nice ripe avocados. Squeeze tomato, juice out of the lime. And we're gonna chop some cilantro and add that as well. And then a little bit of salt, and we mix. All right, guac's nice and smooth. Now it's time to slice the tuna. All right, so we have all the ingredients for all 3 party sandwiches. Now the fun part, time to build some Jenga. So first up is the bacon jam brie. Grab our bacon jam, spread, and then the brie goes down. Party sandwich number 2, steak and cheese. So we're gonna put the cheese down first. Then our lightly pickled onions, and then our sliced steak. All right, and last but not least, guacamole, tostito, and seared tuna. Guacamole, tostito, and seared tuna. I did it. Sandwiches are assembled, time to build our Jenga. Well, there you have it, folks. 3 different kinds of party sandwiches stacked like a game of Jenga, perfect for your upcoming game night. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a comment, let me know what your favorite snack for game night is. Don't forget to check the upcoming film Game Night in theaters February 23rd. In the meantime, watch the trailer down below. Bye-bye.